In our continuing series and our effort to help you locate mid-segment affordable homes across India, today our focus is on the National Capital Region and the hottest affordable markets of NCR. If you live in NCR, you might crib about the traffic, the roads, the transport, power, water, just about everything. But ask those who live in other cities and you'll find when it comes to infrastructure or facilities, NCR does get far more attention, far more funding than the rest of India. It has also managed, perhaps for the same reason, to attract the largest number of multinationals to set up shop here, which means the largest number of new jobs. No surprises then that the real estate in many of the NCR markets has become unaffordable to the middle class. But the good news is, not all areas in NCR are out of reach. There are still several options for those joining the workforce or not having those big fat salaries just yet. My panel today, Vikram Jain, Low-Income Housing Practice Monitor Inclusive Markets, joins us from our Mumbai studio. Vikram, thank you very much for taking out the time.
Thank you for having me.
And in the Delhi studio, Ravi Son, Chief Operating Officer, CHT Developers, Rohit Raj Modi, Director, Ashiana Homes, and Sameer Jasuja, Founder and CEO, Prop Equity. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. I know it's going to be a very interesting discussion because everybody has a very, very good hold on this market. Our discussion will be based on a detailed research done by the Prop Equity team and the data findings. So let's start with the basic criteria considered for what has been considered as affordable for NCR families. These are markets which will cater to a buyer with an annual household income of up to 15 lakh rupees. Ticket prices of homes in these shortlisted markets is up to 60 lakhs. There's no starting point, but we will keep it at 10 lakhs here. Market is defined to be affordable for an average buyer if up to 3 BHK sizes fits the above set criteria of 60 lakh. Now, the Prop Equity report has considered the following growth corridors across NCR defined from an investor's viewpoint and an end user's viewpoint. Now, investors, they should have a decent under construction stock with a robust construction activity happening. End user, minimum livability conditions with decent enough ready stock. The markets they've picked out are Gurgaon, Noida, Ghaziabad, Faridabad. Greater Noida, that's including Noida Extension, has been left out, and we'll come to that why. So I think let's just lay out the map first and start, Vikram, with your own judgment of what's really happened to the NCR market. Has most of it become unaffordable, let's say, for people who probably are earning less than 15 lakhs as well?
Definitely. I think a large percentage of the population earning much below 15 lakhs, I would say even earning much below like around 3, 4, 5 lakhs is find this market to be very crowded out. We are trying to promote a lot of this low-income housing activity, and we see some around it in Ghaziabad, preferably around like Rajnagar Extension, those areas. And then if you go to the satellites of, to some extent, Gurgaon, which is basically, I don't know if you want to consider Bhiwadi, but those areas where there is some housing around 10, 12 lakhs coming.
All right. So pretty much you have to be at the fringes of NCR or even slightly outside of NCR, because Bhiwadi or even Ghaziabad isn't typically what you would consider as the core of NCR, but slightly outside. So let me take up from there, Sameer, because Prop Equity data has come in. These 4 markets, I think the one which has attracted largest attention is Gurgaon, simply because property prices have appreciated so much. There's so much construction activity. It's been termed as the Millennium City. Forget about the pricing point Vikram is talking about. Even for people who are earning 15 lakh and working in Gurgaon, is it a market which is now out of reach?
I'd like to share some very interesting data points with you. Additionally, I think, yes, you are right, it's become out of reach, but only recently. So you've had in 2009, for example, and guess how many units have got launched this year? 1,000 units.
That's all?
So that's all. So that's pretty much why Gurgaon has become out of reach, because prices have gone beyond 60 lakhs. 90% of all supply that is hitting the market in Gurgaon markets is over 60 lakhs. So that's pretty much why Gurgaon has become out of reach, because the land prices have gone up so much, the cost of construction has gone up. I would say the salaries have also really caught up. I would say salaries have actually caught up much more than the real estate prices have. But what has emerged for the mid-market is other destinations in around NCR region, which is Noida, which has worked out to be a fantastic option. Over 80,000 units launched over the last 3 years between the 30 to 60 lakh region. Right. There is Ghaziabad, which I would not consider like the other areas mentioned by my colleague here, but I think Ghaziabad is very much a part of the NCR region. Greater Faridabad, still far away, but a very good mid-market option. So I think Ghaziabad, Greater Faridabad, Greater Noida, although is not doing that well, but Noida are the 3 best markets for the mid-market.
Well, what do you do, Ravi, if you're working in Gurgaon, okay, and you still want a house between 30 and 60 lakhs, so you should just forget about it and start traveling, look at options in Faridabad and Noida and figure out a plan to travel 2 hours a day?
No, not actually. See, affordability is to a zone. So people who live in Gurgaon have probably the affordability between 40 to 80 lakhs. So a 60 lakh on a general NCR could be the affordability point. But people in Gurgaon, the affordability point is between 40 to 80 lakhs.
Okay.
The second point is who are the people who are wanting to come to Gurgaon? Gurgaon is a unique suburb, whereas more people travel into suburb to work and go back into Delhi, which is the central district. So as far as I see it, the salaries are for people staying in Gurgaon, and the affordability for people staying in Gurgaon is 60 plus. So I don't agree as far as the zones are concerned could be divided. Gurgaon is special and should be treated specially.
Rohit, do you think so? Gurgaon should be treated specially? I mean, or one should just not decline any job offers which don't pay you that kind of money, right? I mean, you go to the prospective employer and say, I'm sorry, I can't work in your call center till you make sure I can afford a 60 to 80 lakh home.
What is at the core of this issue in Gurgaon, apart from the price rise, is the fact that under the building bylaws in Haryana, you're allowed a very small, very limited density. What did Noida do 3 years back? They increased the density almost 2.5 times, which allowed you, and mind you, I'm saying density, not FAR, because FAR is a contentious issue. Okay. You know, there it becomes that it's a greed of the developer and all those things. But the density was enhanced. Now, the moment you increase density, the developer can make more units per acre. Therefore, you can make smaller units. Today, I'm sure Sameer's charts would probably tell you that the average area of an apartment in Gurgaon is not less than 1650, 1700 square feet. Right. So therefore, you are bound to cross a 60 lakh rupee limit. The moment you bring this into a 1200, 1300, you can very much be within.
So is there a government ruling? I mean, Huda ruling that you cannot make smaller houses?
No, it's not about smaller houses. There's a density cap.
The number of houses per acre has to be limited.
To maximize your FAR per acre, you can have to build, say, 60 dwelling units. Now, if you can get 1 lakh square feet to sell in 1 acre, your average size becomes 1600 square feet. 1600. So otherwise you will not be able to
that's a really interesting point. Is there any lobby, or are the developers getting together lobbying for it to be brought down? Because I would agree. Why do you need to keep a housing size at 1600? You might as well go the Noida or the Mumbai way, Ravi.
Correct, you can. In fact, the density was 250 % per hectare. The government has just increased it to 300 2 years ago. So it's not that the government is not doing anything, but there is a system and there is infrastructure which has to be upgraded before the densities of Gurgaon can come up. Currently, the issue and the focus of the government and all the developers in Gurgaon is to upgrade the infrastructure to the world class, and you correctly said it is being termed as the Millennium City. The infrastructure has to be developed onto the Millennium structure, and the densities and other items will increase.
Okay.
But that's a process.
What's the point of loading people in buildings when you don't have roads commensurating that kind of growth in terms of for population?
I'd like to add over here that Gurgaon's weighted average price today stands at 7,880 rupees a square feet. It's gone up from 5,065 rupees a square feet from the last 2.5 years. So even at 7,880 rupees a square feet, you cannot get a home under, you can only manage a home about 700 square feet if you're looking at the 60 lakh affordability target, which is not really possible for NCR based living.
Which I think any middle income group family may not want to live in, because that size becomes 700 is hardly
carpet area of 450
square feet. But when it comes to, when you go to slightly lower income groups, Vikram, and that's what I want to come to you. For you mentioned another market, Bhiwadi, you said and there's a lot of job creation happening in Gurgaon. It's not only white collared, even there must be huge number of people wanting houses which are also sub 25 lakh. Evaluate the infrastructure there for us, and where do all of these people go?
You're absolutely right. I think not just Bhiwadi. I mean, if you think about the whole Delhi region, there are so many people who are earning between 25,000 and between maybe 50,000 per month who need a dwelling. And, you know, just doing the math, they can probably afford somewhere between homes between 10 to 20 lakhs. Now, where is this housing? Where do these people go? And as you see, the income pyramid is kind of, you know, you have maximum number of people at the bottom, but there's definitely no housing coming for them. Now, these people do have aspirations. They do want to move into units, you know, where they can, you know, get light, you know, fresh air, etc. And what we're finding is that on the outskirts, especially Ghaziabad, Rajnagar extension, there are a lot of projects coming there. I think supply around about, you know, 3,000-4,000 houses coming there. I can name a few like Red Apple Homes, etc., which are providing these homes much smaller in format. I completely agree. Like 1,600 square foot would be very large. I think for this segment, probably even something like 300, 350 square foot would be sufficient, because it's an alternative to what? I mean, today they are renting, they're staying in low, you know, poor neighborhood shanties. For them, this is a massive upgrade. So I think if you think of that segment, they really need an option in the market where they can at least move on the housing ladder. So we're seeing a lot of that around the peripheries. I hope a lot more activity picks up because the demand is huge here.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.